Hi everybody out there in YouTube, this is my review today of August Underground's Penance, the third in the August Underground trilogy. This is directed by Fred Vogel, who most of you know, who also created Toe Tag Pictures. I'm not going to go in a lot of detail about this. A lot of people know about Toe Tag, they know all about him. I mean, how can you not? I like this better than Mortem, which I did a review for that on the site. For my own reasons, I'm not necessarily saying that this is a better made film. I don't know if I believe that or not, because there's some scenes in it where I doubt that, but for me, I enjoyed Penance more. It was kind of what I was hoping Mortem would be in some ways, but the biggest difference in this right off the bat is that they're using a digital camera, if you will, a newer camera, whatever you want to say, instead of the old. I think they use 16 on the old films. But anyway, so they upgraded their camera, and it looks much cleaner. There's not as much shaky cam going on with it, which is cool, because that kind of annoyed me about Mortem, because, you know, they'll be in the middle of something and then it'll go all crazy and you can't see anything, and I didn't really particularly like that. The other thing is they actually give the characters somewhat of personality on here. You see them out, not necessarily a great personality, but, you know, you basically see that they're become kind of desperate to get off. The murders were always kind of a thrill thing for them, and in this one, it's even more so. They can't. They're going to every means they can to get a thrill, basically. And they go. If it gets to a point in the film where it kind of goes too far. But anyway, there's my favorite scene in it is probably the scene where it's like Christmas time, and they go into this person's house and they invade them, and they beat the father down with a hammer, and they go after the rest of the family. In my opinion, it's probably the most disturbing scene in the film, just from the standpoint of, like, they like just sit there after they attack this family. They open the presents, and like Fred Vogel even takes a shower. You know, oh, I'm gonna clean up. You know, it's kind of weird. But anyway, I really liked it. The gore in here is much better, in my opinion, than it was in Mortem. But this in no way is like disgusting like Mortem was. Mortem was much more sleazy, disgusting type. Well, maybe not sleazy, but it's more sickening and disgusting than this one is. This one doesn't have a lot of that. Scenes like any vomiting or things like that nature. You know, there's no scene like any pedophilia or anything like that, like there was in Mortem. I really enjoyed this anyway, and I would recommend it to anybody that enjoys August Underground films. I mean, most of you probably already went out and bought it anyway, but if you haven't seen them, it's not a bad place to start with this one. I would say, you know, it's pretty good. It's not really as disturbing as Mortem, and I haven't seen the first one, so maybe that's where you should start, but I kind of did these backwards with watching, because I watched Mortem first and then I watched this. I plan on picking up the first one, though, so hopefully I can do a review of that and kind of compare the two. But I heard people complaining about this film a little bit. They've complained about, like, so, well, it's goofy, people are laughing behind the camera and stuff, and the whole point of that is, I think, is that it's, for them, it's fun. For them, it's funny. When a person's sitting there in pain, they enjoy it, they get kind of a kick out of it, so they laugh, and you know, they're fucked up. I mean, a fucked up person isn't going to sit there and be like, oh my god, you know, when they're sitting there. It's not supposed to be that. You're supposed to be these killers that are getting off on it. So, you know, they probably are going to laugh at inappropriate things and stuff, and it might throw you off a bit, but it didn't throw me off. I don't understand when people say that, but, I mean, they can say whatever they want. I didn't understand that. Somebody said that. What was the other thing? One thing I will say about this is I didn't really care for the ending, which I'll just talk about it here as a spoiler. I'm going to talk about the ending, so if you don't want to know what the ending's going to be. Anyway, you see Christy, and she's basically sitting there trying to, well, she's trying to choke herself, and it's like, what the fuck, you know, it's just, you know, you don't expect somebody like that, the serial killer, to go out that way, like sitting there trying to choke themselves with their hands. You know, you'd expect, you know, them to like stab themselves, or, you know, do something sick like cut their throat or something fucked up like that. not fucking sitting there, I'm gonna try choking myself. At the end, it just kind of goes out with a whimper, which I was very disappointing, but the rest of the film is really good, and everything leading up to the end it's really entertaining because you're watching the demise of these killers who just, they have nothing left. I mean, they've destroyed everything, and they've gone as far as they can, and they know that there's no turning back now. But anyway, I would recommend it, especially if you're into sick, fucked up films like me. So, check it out. Thanks for watching.